This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
CoastLife, we know we've got a lot of DIYers, some handy men and women here on Delmarva's coast, and we know that you know what you're doing, but sometimes when you're doing a remodel in your home, there are questions that maybe you don't even know you're supposed to ask. Yes. And that's why it is important to call in some professionals like Paul Davis Restoration. We've got Kevin Lynam, Director of Strategic Partnerships with Paul Davis, joining us today. Thank you for coming in this afternoon.
Thanks for having me in, ladies. It's a pleasure to meet you both.
You too. Yes, we're so excited to have you. So let's just maybe do a little overview. People are thinking it's time to make some upgrades in their home. Why should they come to you first and maybe even just skip the DIY altogether?
Absolutely. Very great question. When we're talking about property improvements and home restoration work, it's very important that we do things permitted, we do things, by county codes and by HOA protocol. If we don't tick all those boxes, what ends up happening is any construction projects and property improvements are actually illegal structures in the home. So while that may not impact you while you're living in the home, it may upset your neighbors in the HOA.
Sure could.
It also, is one of those things at the resale time.
Yes.
When the home is inspected, a lot of times those illegal improvements, they can't be honored. So a lot of times there's, at that point, demo work involved. But what I can say is working with somebody that is licensed and insured. We are licensed and insured to work in Delaware and Maryland. And oftentimes, what I love to tell people is you really have to make sure that you're working with somebody who's trustworthy and transparent. A lot of people think that they have the DIY skills, and some of us do.
Sure.
Like there are absolutely YouTube, some of the video, social media outlets can kind of teach anybody to be a little bit dangerous, but the key word being dangerous, right? Because oftentimes with a home improvement project, if you're not careful, a small project becomes a very big one. It can lead to problems on down the line. We recently painted some cabinets, am I correct?
Yes, I convinced myself I could sand and paint my own. Thankfully, I didn't go through with it. I just convinced myself I could if I wanted to.
Well, the nice thing is when you partner with a trustworthy partner, a company like Paul Davis, we can come and do that for you.
Yes.
Oftentimes, with a cabinet refacing in as little as like 2 to 3 days.
Nice.
A new kitchen, these projects can take 7 to 10 days. One of the things we love to share with our customers, because we really believe in being very transparent, is that we tell people to look at like the cost versus value report. Things like kitchen renovations, master bedroom renovations, additions, very high-end bathrooms, that type of thing tends to add a lot of value to your home. So when we try to work with customers on their property improvements, we really just focus on helping first. Which kind of leads us to one of the other sides of our business. Today we could all hear that it was torrential rain. It's coming down on the roof right now. We do a lot of disaster recovery work.
Yes, you guys do.
Living on coastal Delmarva, we all experience flash flooding. We all, live in areas where, sometimes the pipe infrastructure of that town may be older. Pipes break, things break in the home as well. And we do a lot of mitigation and disaster recovery for fire, floods, and mold. So,
good to know.
we can help the DIYer and kind of carry that stress and manage all their projects. So really they can just focus on enjoying their home.
For folks who maybe are thinking of starting a DIY project, what areas of the home do you do restoration, construction, remodels for?
Great question. Thank you for asking. So where we specialize at, we do a lot of deck projects, both wood and composite decks. We build a lot of custom kitchens. We also offer cabinet refacing, which can be a nice kitchen enhancement that's, roughly about a half to 2/3 of the cost of a brand new kitchen.
Sure.
And then we also, as I said, we can do additions, and then with the disaster and mitigation side of our business, it's complete reconstruction. So let's say, for instance, a pipe breaks in a home. we're calling a trade skill like a plumber to shut down the source or where the water's coming in. And then oftentimes we're gonna, put the wall back together, put insulation and things like that, get everything up to code. Every project we work on, we're getting permits, we're getting the proper inspections done. And this is really, I think, kind of brings it full circle why it's very important to not dive too deep into the DIY realm, because we can quickly get ourselves in trouble, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these repairs and modifications to our home require permits.
Yep.
So it's really important to do great work and work with reputable partners.
Absolutely.
Don't build your own deck.
Save yourself the headache.
So bad.
Please don't.
Leave it in the hands of the professionals and the people
We'd
that
love to help.
know
Yes.
all the permits and
Yes.
rules and regulations, so that all your projects are legal and that
Yes.
they are safe.
We love legal and safe.
Amen.
Kevin, thank you for coming in and telling us all about Paul Davis Restoration, all the services you provide, and just the amazing ways that you take care of customers. But coming up on Coast Life, we're getting so excited for some athletic events that are coming our way this month, and we're going to check in with another athlete when we get back.